How to use Shopify, a step-by-step guide on how to create a profitable online store. This is part 1 of 2, so you want to go back and watch part 2 after this. You're going to look down below in the description, you'll find a link to that. Welcome to the channel. Hey, if you haven't subscribed, make sure you do so. Hit that subscribe button down there, turn it from red to gray. Don't forget to ring the bell, turn on all bell notifications so you're notified each and every time I go live. Now this video is going to walk you all the way through how to use Shopify, how to set up that store. I remember when I first logged into Shopify, I was like, oh my god, there's so much here. I don't know what to do. Is it a logo? Well, what color, what theme do I add products? I didn't know what to do, and I did go through it. I was very successful. As a matter of fact, I actually have a course on Shopify. After you watch this video, if you'd like to actually see a course on it, it's called Ecom Road. There will be a link below. Just look for Ecom Road, and it'll walk you through building out your whole store. But I'm going to try to walk you through as many steps as possible in these 2 videos and get you started on your store. Now the example I'm going to use for this particular video is going to be a hot sauce store. Okay, so that we have to pick something, so we're going to pick hot sauce. Now I'm going to have a link to Shopify below so you could set up a store. You can get a 14-day free trial with that link, and when you first set up your store, it's going to ask you to put a name in there. So it's going to be like abcclothing.shopify.com, and I wouldn't agonize over that a whole lot because you can always buy a domain and direct it to the domain. So it may be ABC Clothing or PL Clothing or whatever you want to do. You can always change that later on, so don't worry about that so much. Okay, so let me put something up on the screen, and then I'm going to kind of walk you through all the steps that you're going to need to know, so maybe you can make a list of these off to the side and you'll be more prepared when you actually sign up for your Shopify store. So let's check it out. First thing you're going to need is a business idea. Since so many hot sauce brands brag about being the hottest sauce ever, in this particular example, it's going to be Kinda Hot Sauce. Okay, sold great tasting mild hot sauces for the semi-adventurous. If you don't have a business idea yet, you can also browse through a list of just different business ideas for inspiration. They have that on Shopify. The next thing you're going to need is a business name. You can use name check, you can use a whole bunch of different things out there. You can use GoDaddy to find a name, whatever you want. On this example, we're going to use kindahotsauce.shop as the domain. So don't worry about what you're going to call your store, because you can always choose a domain later on, or try Shopify's free domain name generator. Next thing you're going to need is a logo. Don't overthink this logo thing. I worked with a designer before, and I've used, self-designing logos. They're all pretty good. It's not that big of a deal. So, just get a logo. You're going to prepare a PNF file. I'll go ahead and put it on the screen here real quick. There's what we came up with, Kinda Hot Sauce. Next thing you're going to need to know is what products you can actually sell. Are you going to do digital products? Are you going to do physical products? Are you going to have services available? All those things need to be thought out before you build your store. Photos, you're going to need clean product photos. It helps you sell your product. Okay, here's 3 photos right here that we're going to put on the store. You see them right there. It's Kinda Hot Sauce. If you're unsure what to put up there, just start with something. It doesn't matter. I think people overthink this stuff. The first thing you're going to need to do is you're going to need to add your products to the store. They got to be on the store. Okay, so you got to get your products in there. Don't worry about having thousands of products yet. Okay, you want to just start with base products, maybe 10-20 products, whatever you have, and get those up on your store. Now let me show you a screen of what you're going to see within Shopify. You're going to go to products, add product to create your first product listing. You can see that right here. There's a number of decisions that's going to be made on this page, so let me break it down. You're going to write your product title and description. Super important, guys. This part's super important. Your product pages are where your customers go to learn about the product and decide whether or not to buy it. Details do matter, and sharing the right information in the right way, from pricing to sizing through text and visuals, really can make the difference. Now if you're unsure about how to do this, you could look at some of your competitors. What did they do? Emulate some of the stuff they did. Not copy, but you can emulate. You can do something similar for that. Next thing you're going to need to do is product descriptions. You're going to describe and sell your product there. You got to know who you're speaking to. Okay, super important. Who's your audience? You got to highlight your incentives. You got to anticipate common questions and objections. You want to make your text easy to scan. You want to help customers see themselves using your product. Okay, let's check this out on the screen. This is Hot Enough Habanero right here, and it's got products. You've got your title there. I've put in a description of that particular product right there. And then you're going to upload your photos and other media. Most cameras in an iPhone right now are good enough. Here's some examples of some pictures on this particular site. and you know, use your iPhone. Okay, it's like the newest iPhone I have right now is the 13 at the time I'm recording this, the 13 Pro Max or whatever it is. It will actually do some really nice bokeh in the background where you can blur out the background. So a lot of iPhones will do. You don't have to overthink this, but you want to get a decent picture on there. You don't want to use standard stock photos. Then of course you're going to need to set your price for the product, and that's where we added our pictures, and here's our pricing right here. You're going to have your price, compare at price, cost per item. That way you can look at your profit margins and how much money you're making. And here's a little chart of everything up there. I got Hot Enough habanero, and it's got all my price per product, my actual price, and my gross profit margin on each one, and the weights. Inventory is something to think about. If you were drop shipping, you wouldn't have to worry about it. If you're doing print on demand, you have to worry about it. But if you're making your own product, of course you will. You're going to need to have your SKU in there, which is a stock keeping unit, is used to keep track and manage your inventory. You're going to want to have your barcode in there. You're going to want to have your quantity in there. And you can slow this video down if you want to read some of those descriptions. You're certainly welcome to do that. This is what it looks like inside of Shopify, the screen here that says inventory. Then you're going to want to think about your shipping. Of course, you're going to want to have your weight, any of your customs information in there, any shipping information in here. This is a shipping screenshot right here, what it's going to look like. This is used to calculate the rates at checkout, the country of origin, the provenance, all that good stuff. If you have any variants to the products, you're going to do that. Here's your variant screenshot right here. Variants are different sizes of that particular hot sauce, or different sizes of clothing, or whatever it may be. Then of course you're going to want to have your product type, your vendor, your tags, any of the collections. All those things are very, very important. And then product availability, you need to manage that. You got to have in here, you know, if it's an online store, what the product type is, who the vendor is, any collections you have in there, any and all tags you want to fill those in. I do suggest using Uber Suggest. It's a free keyword search tool to gauge how often people search for different keywords when you're doing your products. Here's an example right here, search engine listing preview. It's got the title of it, it's got the description of it, and you can see the page title and description there, and it also gives me a preview so I can see what it looks like. The collections, okay, here's a collection page right here, medium hot sauces for the semi-adventurous. So I'm going to put that in there, have all that information listed in there. This is what it looks like on the search engine. This is the page title. This is the description right here, browser collection of flavorful, got a little error there, medium hot sauces, got to fix that. Then you're going to want to create online shopping keys for the pages in the stores. You want to have your contact page, you want to have your about us page, you want to have your frequently asked question page, and your policy pages also. Here's an example of an our story page. We didn't want to make the world's hottest hot sauce, we wanted to make the tastiest. Okay, so this website is all geared around tasty hot sauces, not just burning you up. Okay, you want to have a good contact page. Here's an example of a contact page right here. And you can use a template if you want, which makes it really simple, and you can answer some of these questions so you save with a lot of customer contact on there. Now in the next video I'm going to get into all the other pages you need to create. You want to go through these steps one by one. I know it seems like a lot of information, and I know it seems difficult, but you could do this, you could get through this. This is the thing that puts a lot of people off, is they see how much work there is to it, and they just go, I'm not going to do that, and then they sit around and watch Netflix, or they watch a movie or something, and it does nothing for you. And that saying that people say, oh, it drives me crazy, they go, well, that's going to take so much time. Well, here's the thing with time. Let's say it takes 6 months, let's say it takes 3 months, whatever the time is irrelevant, because unless you die, that time's going to pass anyhow. So are you going to pass it by watching Netflix? I don't want to pick on Netflix too much because I watch Netflix, but are you going to pass that time with just mindless bubble gum, right? Are you going to do that, or are you going to invest some of your time into something worthwhile? The time is going to go by no matter what. And if you get that in your head, that time is going to go by no matter what, instead of saying that will take 2 years, or that will take 6 months, or this will take a week, ignore that fact, because the week's going to pass anyhow, the 6 months is going to pass, the 2 years is going to pass anyhow, long as you're alive. Okay, so why not invest it in something good? Okay, take your time and invest it in something good. I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you got a lot out of it. If you did, of course you did. Comment below, right? Let me know what you got out of it. Let me know if it helped you. Let me know if you have other questions, because I want to address those if I can too. This channel is all about helping you start, run, and grow online businesses. I've got over 1,000 videos on this channel right now that you can watch for free. Now I've got a free course below too. It's a $97 course. You can click that link and get it also for free, no credit card required. And I've got some other links down there and information. I would suggest you check those out. I have my reading list down there, great books that are going to help you on your journey. Thank you so much for watching this video. If you haven't subscribed yet, please do so. Hit that subscribe button down there, turn it from red to gray. Don't forget to ring the bell. Turn on, wait, I can do better than that. Much better. Make sure you ring the bell, turn on all notifications so you're notified each and every time I go live or if I upload a video. I'll see you in the next video. Hey, thanks for watching my video. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel and click that little bell right there so you can be notified every time I do a new video. Also, click on one of those videos there. Keep watching on my channel.